By end of this video, I want everybody to understand the difference between enterprise AI and consumer-facing typical AI applications which we are seeing coming everywhere. I want to explain what are the challenges enterprises face in implementing the enterprise-grade artificial intelligence initiative and what should be the right path to building value. ChatGPT launched in 2022 and it became one of the fastest applications on the internet to get to 1 million subscribers. So this innovation actually sparked the imagination, took the world by surprise. Everybody was shocked. They were able to write very smart and professional emails. A pharmacist at Walgreens was able to write a highly technical email back to the pharma company. Somebody was sharing that ChatGPT wrote a complete movie script. Now picture this for a minute. A CIO at a large company also sees this buzz. They know that this tool has taken the world by surprise. The big question is, what should they do with this? So even if AI can create amazing emails or great proposals, how can it really add value to an enterprise business? Will it help them create meaningful efficiencies? If every employee in the organization is writing smarter, better emails, is it really going to add more revenue to the business? Is it going to cut costs so drastically and dramatically? Will this actually help them gain a bigger market share? So while consumer-facing applications like ChatGPT can streamline an individual's task, the kind of transformative impact an enterprise needs is still missing. These tools will still fall short of delivering that type of an impact. So let's start by setting up the baseline. Do you remember the golden triangle of value creation I talked about in a few videos back on this channel? So the golden triangle of value creation is number one, can you increase revenue? Second, can you cut down costs for a business? And third, can you improve the customer experience? Let's think of or evaluate a B2C AI solution. So an employee needs about 5 hours to do some research activity. And with the use of a solution like that, they're able to do their entire research in probably 10 minutes. After that, they spend another 30 minutes themselves to review all the details, make corrections. They've still probably saved over 4 hours. If there are 100 employees in a company and everybody's saving about 4 hours per week, that's a saving of about 400 hours a week. Very, very big number. You're basically looking at work related to about 10 people in a week. This is great, but depending on the business and the type of situation, this may still not be enough to create an impact where either the business is creating more revenue for themselves or saving substantial amount of cost. The golden triangle of return on investment actually focuses on few key principles. Number one is understanding the customer need. Core principle remains that do we understand our customer better? You know, what their demographics are, how do they engage with our business, how do they buy from you, what do they buy from you, what are their preferences, are we really understanding them well, are they a price conscious buyer, are they a sophisticated buyer who are needing a very high level of white glove service? The best example is a single page checkout. In fact, companies like Amazon are a great example of understanding your customer thoroughly and deeply, in turn helping you to drive revenue and sales up for your organization. The second principle is understanding the products and what the competition and what is happening in the marketplace. Third, I think the number one focus area for most digital transformation projects is to reduce friction in your existing business process. Even before most companies go out and create new products and get into brand new businesses, the number one focus is that if customers are coming to us and either they are abandoning the carts, or if they come to store and they're leaving without buying anything, or there are too many returns, what are the things companies can do which will actually reduce the friction what a customer faces with their brand? So for example, this morning I just went and returned something at Walmart and I noticed Walmart has already rolled out a new feature. Now they've created single barcode for the associate so that they can do a pick and a return at the same time. I think that is a simple example which I had noticed and I was highly impressed. Let's recap what we just discussed. 3 core principles. Number one, understanding the customer. Number two, understanding the market, the competitors and the products there. And number 3, understanding the pain in their current business and improving the business process and reducing the friction. But now let's start looking at enterprise AI and a consumer-facing AI application side by side and see how do they compare. So enterprise AI, as I explained with my 3 principles, is actually meant to solve solve really large complex problems. The use cases could be around customer service, solving cybersecurity, creating predictive maintenance. It could be about improving customer service as a whole. It could be about solving several touch points in the customer journey and analyzing where the friction points might be. The B2C AI, the core focus is to improve an end user, an individual's experience and enhancing that entire experience. A fantastic example I could think of is Netflix and its algorithm, which actually is credited to drive over 80% of what we are watching on Netflix. Enterprise AI also differs greatly in terms of what type of data the AI systems have to crunch. They have to look at structured and unstructured and rich media and all sorts of data. A financial institute, for example, for their fraud prevention AI solution, they may have to crunch all the transactions data, user demographic data, and correlate several factors. Whereas on the other side, in B2C space, the AI models actually have to focus on what type of interactions an individual user has had, what type of history the individual user has had. Most of the time, these applications are actually dealing with a lot more standardized set of data. Even in terms of implementation and rollouts, both of these differ a lot. In fact, enterprise AI is extremely difficult for the program, one, to get approved because you have to align it with all the stakeholders. Secondly, to define the return on investment on that program. And third, to roll out and prove that return on investment has been positive out of that program. It also has to adhere to the organizational compliances and stricter needs what the organization may have. So for example, deploying a fraud prevention model within a financial services company, extremely difficult. They have to make sure that PII information is taken into account, all the compliance is correctly recorded and noted, and there is a continuous audit of what is happening there. In terms of the B2C typical application, they have to cater to a diverse user base in general. But the beauty in a B2C environment is they can iterate very well, they can improve the UI very quickly. Having said that, now that we have a very clear understanding, hopefully, on where the enterprise AI is different and why this is essential, here are 6 things which I think are very, very important for every organization to build an enterprise AI program. Number 1 is the clear business objective. Clear business objective means what do you need from this program? What problem are you trying to solve? How do you think this can be solved with an AI solution? Number 2, strong data foundation is a must. Like data lakes, like any data science work which has been happening for the last 10 years, the implementation of AI is deeply and highly dependent on the kind of data. Garbage in, garbage out. Number 3 is scalability and flexibility in the architecture. Number 4, talent and skill development. This has been a challenge for a lot of organizations to, one, nurture the right type of skills and talent within the organization. Second, how do you attract talent from the market which can come in and help you build that culture of innovation using AI. Fifth is change management and embracing change. What I've noticed is that technology is the easiest thing to change or implement or set up with an organization. The most difficult thing is people management and making sure that everybody is on board with the change which is going to be happening. So an effective AI program cannot exist in isolation without having a strong change management culture. And lastly, the ethics, compliance, and data security. I think these are becoming table stakes in every organization where it comes to any type of new emerging technology. Alright folks, I hope this was able to give you a very clear idea on how the enterprise AI is different from the consumer facing application. For organizations to create tremendous values for themselves from this emerging technology, it's important for them to understand the distinction between the two and implement the right program strategy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat box. Thanks.